Hello, everyone. It is later than usual, but there are so many exciting things that have been happening at our firm and in the immigration landscape that I don't want to miss an opportunity to talk to you about. And this video is in English, but also in Spanish. If you leave comments, I can answer in both. But I wanted to come on here and talk to you about some really, really important topics. This year is a very critical year because it's an election year, and there are going to be a lot of changes in immigration. Primarily on April 1st, many application fees are actually rising. And for that reason, in our office, we have been scrambling to get as many petitions out the door as possible so that we can save our clients some money because we know how tremendously important it is and how hard you are working for your money and for your chance to be able to get these legal immigration documents. And because of that, I want to make sure that I give you every opportunity to not only be able to pick the best option, but then also to do it in the most cost effective way as well. So, Hola, hola. Hello, everyone. How are you? If you're just joining in, just come on in and we will talk about all things immigration. But one of the things that I really wanted to talk to you about, and I know it's late, so if you want to jump on, if you want to give us a call, you can call us at 630-504-0648, or you can just listen to us and then share it with your friends and your family later on. But one of the things that I wanted to talk to you right now about is a question that I get constantly, and it's how do I get a work permit while I'm still here in the United States, but I'm here undocumented? Maybe I entered with a tourist visa and then I overstayed, or maybe I'm in the process, but it's just taking way too long. Or maybe I just don't think that I have any immigration options at all. Is there a way for me to get a work permit while inside the United States? And the first thing that I want to explain to you is there is no particular petition for you simply to get a work permit. A lot of times people confuse that and they think that they can only apply for a work permit, but they don't have to actually fix their legal status. What happens is you get a work permit during the process of fixing your status in other ways. So, for example, if you have a family member who petitions for you, or like for example a spouse or a child or a parent, during that process you could potentially get a work permit. However, depending on which option you choose, the work permit might take many, many years for you to come. And so, one of the things that we do in my office during these confidential consultations that we have with you is that I strategize with you to not only find the best solution for you, but also to find the one that will give you the fastest result, which is why a lot of times our clients will get their work permits within 6 to 8 months. They will sometimes, for example, just yesterday, our client got it within 3 months, which was crazy. But we try to do it as quickly as possible because we know that the second that you get that work permit, your life begins to change. You can actually get a promotion at that job that you've been waiting for. You can ask for more money. You can switch jobs. You can apply for benefits. You can actually start applying for insurance because you'll get a Social Security card as well. You can apply for a driver's license. The world suddenly opens up with possibility. You also have a valid ID. So when you're traveling or you're doing anything else, that also helps you in that process. So you can see how tremendously life-changing these things can be potentially for you, right? And like I said, this video is in English and also in Spanish. So if you want me to speak in Spanish, all you have to do is just type in a little note and I will switch over to Spanish without any issue at all. It's funny because most of these videos I do in Spanish, but I have so many people that comment on them and so many people that ask so many questions. So I want to make sure that I am actually addressing both audiences equally. And so you'll see a lot of my posts and my videos in both languages. But as always, you are free to ask as many questions as you want. Hola, hola, ¿cómo está Álvaro? Hola a todos. Hola Miguel, ¿cómo están? Bienvenido a nuestra página otra vez. Buenas noches. Sí, es muy tardito aquí in Chicago. So one of the things that we do is we also work with everybody across the country. And it's something that I absolutely love because I can actually help people that are in different states, in different conditions, in different parts of the world. And it makes me so tremendously happy to be able to offer that guidance and that help to people that feel like they just don't have any hope at all. Today, for example, I had a consult with a woman who was, to be perfectly honest, in a terrible domestic violence situation. She was very scared and very concerned about her safety and about her security, and she was dependent on this person for her legal documentation. Hola Alvaro, buenas noches. So the reason why I felt a tremendous privilege and an honor to be able to talk to her, first because she had the confidence to be able to ask me for advice, but then also that I was able to find a solution for her. And one of the cool things that I wanted to talk to you about is that I talk a lot about VAWA. And VAWA is a way for you to get your paperwork if you are in some sort of domestic violence situation, abusive situation, a toxic relationship with your child, or if you're underage with your parent or with with a spouse, right? And those people have legal documentation. So for example, they are residents or they are citizens. Hola a todas, ¿cómo están? Buenas noches. Si usted quiere que yo hable en español, por favor, dejo un comentario aquí y yo puedo cambiar todo este comentario en español también. Okay, llámanos a 630-504-0648. So I just said that if anybody wants me to speak in Spanish, feel free and leave me a comment as below. Or if you have specific questions too, leave those comments below, because that's the whole purpose of these, right? It's not just for me to be talking and explaining parts of the law to you, but also for you to have an opportunity to talk to a real live attorney for free in a forum in which I'm hoping that you will get as much information as possible so that you can choose the best options for you. And that is my hope for you. And that's also my hope for you in the consultation. So back to this woman. So VAWA is when you are married to a U.S. citizen or a lawful resident, or you have a U.S. citizen child, or you have a U.S. citizen parent, and you are in a manipulative, toxic, abusive kind of relationship in which they don't want to help you with your paperwork, and there's a lot of tension and stress. Okay. If that is the case, then you can potentially qualify for VAWA and you can get your work permit here inside the United States in about 6 to 8 months. And you can also get your residency and your travel permit. Now, remember, those timings and are estimates, right? And every case is very different. And I know that there are people that have been waiting longer than that. And there are other people who get them much sooner than that. So, however, this woman was in a terrible situation and she didn't qualify for VAWA because first, she wasn't married to her partner, which is a requirement for VAWA. And second, her partner actually did not have citizenship. But in the course of my conversation with her, I actually discovered that she was eligible for not only a visa U, because she was the victim of domestic violence and really terrible domestic violence, but also that she could actually qualify for a T visa as well. Hola, hola, ¿cómo están? Por favor, bienvenido a nuestra página. Si quiere más información, por favor, dejo un comentario aquí. So welcome. Please leave us a message if you want specific information today, okay? Or give us a call at 630-504-0648. So what to do? What I found out was that she could actually qualify for a T visa. And the reason why she could qualify for a T visa is I'm going to tell you right now. First, she was badly controlled, really, really terribly controlled. She was manipulated and exploited. And there was a lot of emotional and physical duress placed on her in order to control and manipulate her situation. She was also living in a home with other family members, so other in-laws. And she was required to wake up really early to cook and clean for them. Excuse me, and to do all of the housework, but then also to leave the home. And after she left the home, for her to work several jobs and to provide money directly to her partner and to these in-laws. So all the money that she was working and that she was earning, she actually had to deposit to them. And then they were able to use it so that they could buy cars for themselves and other things for themselves. Additionally, she had to apply for food stamps, and she had to use all of her food stamps in order to buy groceries for the entire family. And they would eat all of the food, but they wouldn't leave any food for her or for her baby. It was a really terrible situation. She wasn't able to leave the home. She couldn't have family or friends come over. All the time, her messages and her voicemails and her phone records were constantly being checked by her partner. She had her movements monitored at all times. She had no legal documents in her name. And the only ID that she had, her partner kept with him. She would be locked inside of her room and then let out so that she could go and cook and clean for them. All of these things got me to realize that she actually qualified for a T visa. And the amazing thing about a T visa is that you can also get your work permit here inside the United States. And it does not matter if you had an illegal entry, it doesn't matter if you had a previous deportation. It really doesn't matter what your immigration or criminal history is to a point. We will review all of that and then we can still apply for your T visa. And it's a pathway to your residency to get a green card eventually. So, the reason why I tell you all this is because think about how life changing that one phone call was for her. She had the guts to call our office to get a free case evaluation, to set up a consultation with me, to talk to me in detail, to tell me her story, and I found a solution for her and she signed up immediately. And it was honestly such an emotional moment for all of us in the firm because this is what we strive for. This is the reason why we do what we do so that we can change lives. And quite literally, her path is about to be changed with this option. If you have questions about this or about other options, or you're listening to this and you're thinking to yourself, you know what, I think I might qualify for this, or I know somebody who could qualify, please share this video with them. It is life changing. You could literally save a life with these type of options because with that, you open a door to freedom and to liberty and independence that people so richly deserve. And this is just a story about a woman, but of course, the same applies to men as well. Same applies to young children as well. So, whoever is listening, please share this with other people because if you think that there's somebody out there that could potentially benefit from this information, we want to talk to them completely for free. Give our office a call, 630-504-0648. Si usted quiere, yo puedo traducir en español. Dígame cuál es su preferencia. Yo sé que hay muchas personas que están aquí. ¿Usted quiere una traducción en español o no? Está bien y entiende todo. Hola, hola Guadalupe, ¿cómo está? Hola Manuel, hola Maria. Hello Narciso. Hello, it's so nice to talk to all of you. Okay, so si usted no quiere alguna traducción de español, nosotros podemos que hablar otra vez en español también. So if you don't need a translation in Spanish right now, no worries. We have tons of videos on this topic and on other topics as well. And I will try to mix it up so that all of you can participate in these conversations. Thank you so much and have a great night. Bye.